Blame it on the Beatles. Hey, 60s music lovers. You remember what happened on February 9th, 1964, don't you? That one Sunday night on The Ed Sullivan Show when the Beatles set the rock and roll world on fire with their cutting-edge guitars, Liverpudlian harmonies, and mop-top hairdos dressed in clean-cut suits. This was a seminal moment in our youthful lives because overnight we were compelled to take up guitars and drums and sing our hearts out. Hi, I'm James Potter, a byproduct of Beatlemania and the British invasion. On February 10th, my 14-year-old brother Codge, our neighborhood buddy Nic Baker, and I, both of us 12, formed a band in Nic's Salt Lake City basement. The fact that we did not own guitars or drums, much less know how to strum a chord or play a simple 4/4 backbeat was irrelevant. Our dream was to become the next Beatles in our small, insular East Bench neighborhood. Nic did find his older brother's cheap Stella guitar buried in the attic, next to the percussion tree, a long pole with cheap cymbals attached to the top, including a cowbell, woodblock, and a tambourine. So Codge and Nic began teaching themselves guitar chords, while I filched my older sister's green knitting needles and began pounding rhythms on boxes, coffee cans, and that odd percussion tree contraption. Over the following 2 years, from 1964 through 1966, we strummed 6 strings and found our beat by acquiring a cheap acoustic guitars and finally a Framus electric guitar with a no-name amplifier. Plus, I got a rodeo brand name snare drum for Christmas that gave the band a crisp percussive snap. Codge and Nic learned to pick chords from our favorite records that included the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, the Kinks, and the Animals. More notably, we began writing and arranging our own tunes that Nic diligently typed on his Smith Corona and filed them in a yellow plastic binder. Like any garage band, or in our case, a basement band, we broke up in April 1966 because we could not afford to buy decent electric guitars, amps, and a drum set to project our raw, primitive sound because our parents struggled to pay for our pricey Catholic school tuition. But over our 2-year tenure as NB3, or the Nic Baker Trio, we managed to learn over 100 cover songs and write a dozen originals, too. On June 22, 1967, around noon, the Potter family was about to leave Salt Lake City, moving east, but not before Codge and I met Nic in front of our house to say our goodbyes. Nic gave Codge and me the yellow plastic binder to keep for posterity, and we reciprocated with our aluminum trash can. As Nic handed me the yellow plastic binder, a surge of adrenaline raced up my spine. Because of the contents in the binder, intuitively, I knew this was important. So over the years, I kept the files safe, whether stored in an attic, basement, or garage. Now, fast forward to 2004, 40 years since our band NB3 formed. I dig up the old song binder and all our originals that now look more like papyrus than Nic's typing paper from so long ago, and revisited each tune, realizing these songs were really good efforts for 60s pop music. So I get the harebrained scheme reuniting NB3, which in itself was a minor miracle considering I had no idea what became of Nic or where he lived. Now, Codge and I lived in Southwest Virginia. Thanks to the internet, Nic lived up the road about 4 hours, and just outside Washington, D.C. So over the following 2 years, from 2004 to 2006, exactly 40 years since we played together, NB3 recorded all the original songs. But this time we had acquired the elusive dream instruments of our youth: the Gretches, the Rickenbackers, Fenders, Vox amplifiers, and my childhood dream kit, the Black Oyster Pearl Ludwig drum set, just like the one Ringo Starr played on The Ed Sullivan Show. Most importantly, we recorded each song as it was written, remaining true to each arrangement in that hardcore 60s soundscape. So, for the next 60 seconds, sit back and listen to our collection of 60s musical gems, inspired by our British heroes that we created as impressionable young teens.
I cry today, I cry
are 12 songs totaling 40 minutes of rock and roll memories, and they are all available to you for 25 cents per song or $1.99 for the entire Full Circle album. So take a musical tour on this page, sampling each song. Then click on the purchase button. That will take you to the granddaddy of the most trusted internet transaction sites, PayPal. Enter your payment information and your songs will be downloaded to you. I think our songs will give you countless hours of fun as you journey back to the center of the 60s. So don't wait. Buy now and catch the roar of 64.